let's see. So January, start of the year. I am coming off a high because I did art basel in December. And that was really great. But also then crashed back into reality because Christmas was in December too. And I had moved out and moved home. So my family got my leftover home goods that I no longer needed as Christmas gifts because I couldn't really buy that many Christmas gifts. And then January came around and I only had one project, but that project never even saw the light of the day, and I actually did it on my birthday. That one I actually did on my birthday. I like pretended like it was a birthday gift from the universe so that I got a job or at least a project job on my birthday. That project was interesting because when I went there, it's somebody I met through networking. They were making concrete houses. So it's like a development that they were building concrete houses only. I actually it was my first time using Canva's caption editorial add-on that they just added. And I thought it was actually pretty good because you could choose so many fonts with the captioning on Canva. But this is him like showing us. So that aluminum cord keeps that sturdy.
It was sturdy, very sturdy. And the PVC on top.
You get to see like all the stuff. It was kind of funny because he was trying to show me how it was soundproof, so I made him go outside. That was kind of fun. This one was kind of fun though. I mean, the first year is like when I got really good at just following people around at events. And I definitely was feeling like a professional and comfortable just interviewing people and doing it. But I was still playing around with a lot of editing. I feel like from now versus what I was doing before is I was using a lot of effects. I was using a lot of transitions, and I was using a lot of I wasn't using a lot of sounds, but I did use a sound in that one. And now I just kind of keep it more simple. I also was always using my own music at that time versus now I think I use a lot more TikTok sounds. Oh, well, yeah, I am making my own music now, but that's not until like halfway through the year. Yeah, so that's my only project in January. The other stuff was me mood boarding for the year. I guess diving into the newsletter side, I made predictions for the year of what was to come. I made 3 predictions at the end of the year for this year of 2025. And my first one was human error will become proof that you're human online. A huge privacy wave is on the horizon, and AI agents will change every industry. I feel like I might be a little ahead of my time. Like, I wouldn't say that anything big happened in any of those 3 categories, but like there's subliminal proof. Like, to me, the human error being proof that you're human online, I think of Millie Bob Brown, and she posted a video of herself talking about her haters, like who were being really mean to her online, and her video was just her unfiltered, unset up, unprepared on her phone, and posted it to her Instagram. And I feel like her voice was captured better from the public because she didn't do it on like the Today Show with her being perfect looking. Then the other side of privacy wave being on the horizon. I mean, I know from talking to other realtors, more and more people are asking for their pictures of their home to be taken off. So I feel like it's the upper wealthy who are acting on privacy sooner, And we already are seeing a lot of people promoting, like, have safe words with your family, and there's all these AI crimes of like people not just calling you and pretending to be your kid in Mexico anymore, but like pictures of your kid being sent to you like as if they're in the back of a car. So the facelessness and the intensity of privacy isn't all the way tiered down, but we're seeing the beginning of the trickle. And AI agents changing every industry. I mean, I definitely think ChatGPT has changed everybody, but not everyone can afford the $200 a month yet for an AI agent. Even though I would say that a lot of people still pay $1,000 a month for an actual assistant, so $2,000 to $4,000 a month for a human being your assistant versus $200 a month for an AI agent to be your assistant. It's really affordable in comparison. So I feel like once people start promoting this idea that like AI unsubscribed from all my things for me, that's like when we'll do it. And I think it has to be like one shop all. Like it has to be one product that becomes your assistant. Because I know that there's apps that you can do that, but then you have to like have all these different apps, and I don't see that being the method where it finally breaks a barrier. Then I did Corner of the Internet, which is my monthly I tell people who have been watching on the Corner of the Internet that it would be very fun to watch. And the biggest thing was that, and with that 2024 season comes to an end, Soundbite was really big. It's still big this year. The guy is now locked in as like the voiceover of the end of the year. And I just highlighted people doing trends. I think midway through the year I kind of shifted over into highlighting profiles more than just a piece of content. Using social media after a fire. So I made a post talking about how you can use your social media after a big disaster like a fire happened, and I did it also for the hurricane in North Carolina. And what I thought was so interesting was the fire happened in LA, like the place where people are media producers, essentially. Like you have so many people who are, you could just like throw a rock and run into somebody who's like a social media influencer or somebody on the hopes to be or has their business on social media, versus Asheville really isn't as much in that schema of people are producing content online. And I feel like a lot of people heard about the California fires. So in my watching of it, I felt like I was watching people actively use their social platform, which is what the newsletter was about, but then I was also seeing the success rate of help, of support, of just awareness versus another disaster that had happened where people weren't actively using social media. So especially at a time where people are kind of hating on social media a lot, I really view that being a clear example of how social media actually helps circumstances. Obviously there was fake videos though. I don't know if you saw those, but it was like the Hollywood Hills were on fire and the Hollywood sign was on fire, but that was AI. But everything can happen in chaos. Then I launched the beginning of my subscriber content. I really wanted to start making money. My 2025 resolution was for my business to focus on money, and the first year was focused on building up reputation and experience and skill. And I felt like I had done a lot the first year, so the second year was really focused on what could I do to gain revenue, and I was very consistent. 3 times a week I post on Substack, and so I decided to add a paywall of subscriber content. And when I was doing the subscriber content, I decided I was going to give people like how to make content, like step by step, and then teach them how to make this thing that's trending, and give them like all the verbiage, all the how-to. And so that was kind of the beginning of that in January. I'm still kind of talking at the beginning of the year to people who I believe don't believe in social media, where if you're looking at the mindset shifts you should do for 2025, that newsletter was really, is it worth your time? And the answer is yes. In a really long-winded way, I basically said yes, it is worth your time. And then essentially every weekend for the full year, I sent out content ideas with how to do them, trending audio, a content idea, and ChatGPT prompts. And some of them even had templates, so I would either include like a CapCut template or a Canva template along with the content designs. In January, I also posted my Chicago interview. I had done that interview recorded it in like the summer of 2024, posted about it on social media in like October 2024, and then I actually posted it on YouTube full long form and email sent out in January of 2025. I don't like to pressure myself with those projects. Like, it's something that I love and I never try to push it. That one was kind of, I lost all my audio recording because my microphone died, and so we had to do a Zoom call to collect more of a voiceover for the visual graphics that I had. So that one took a while, just scheduling and alignment and editing on my side, and I really loved how it turned out. We got to go to the, what's it called? The Starbucks Reserve in Chicago, and they have a spiral escalator, and that's really cool. And I just felt like when I watched it back, I was super happy with how it turned out because of how long it had been, where I can overproduce too quickly, so there's no refinement time. So I feel like that was my lesson with it, was like, okay, skills have increased every time I go back to this piece. Usable content, turn stories into sales. Like I said, I was really salesy in the beginning of January. I was selling to people online, and I wanted people to really, the video I showed you where I was like going through my workbook, I was like, I'm trying to sell this idea that you can use me to create a mini series. So like turning your stories into sales, whether it be evergreen content or it becomes like a mini series that you do, that's something that I can help you create, write the script for, and we can build the funnel of what that content can become, where you become a mini series. People clock in, people follow you, and then that builds up a reputation, an assumption, and a following, and then that can build up into leads for sales for whatever you're selling. And we kind of just move into February from there. So January was like a lot of talk and not a lot of action. It had been a lot of action before in 2024. So that was really me honing in and trying to be the front salesperson of my own business. And the one project where I got to learn about concrete houses, which was very fun and informational, and honestly kind of sold me. I was like, if there's a fire, I'm good. If I need repair, I just need to call a concrete man. You don't call another person. There's no termites. There was a lot of pluses to concrete houses, and I think when I went there, it was after the fires too, and so they were really pushing for social because they wanted to capitalize on the Californians moving to Texas and be like, see, this house won't burn down. But yeah, I think that's my January. January is also my birthday, so one of my favorite videos of the month is this one. Insert video here. And then my song of the month is, this song was my favorite because I felt like I was already coming off of a year where everyone was watching me be out and about, and it was like, the song lyrics are something along the lines of like, we're all sweating under the fluorescent lights. So it's like, even though I'm out doing stuff, for you to watch it, I'm sweating under a fluorescent light to make the content that you're seeing of me having fun. No, I'm just gonna jam. I think I'll do that every time. Jam to the song.
I'm living like toast free. And your clicking lights driving us crazy. Why you spend all your days somewhere sunny, sipping paradise, just loved up in all the right ways. And
All that I see is you having the time of your life. But maybe just like the rest of us, we're breathing heavy under the LEDs.
it must be real nice, oh yeah. Playing at you out this dream. What do I gotta do to be like you? Who do I have to be? And you click back, driving us up the wall. My reflection, I don't like what I see. I need the boys and girls to adore me, for me to really feel complete. And all that I see
Is you having the time of your life? But maybe just like the rest of us, you're breathing heavy under the LED sun. I see is you having the time of your life, and maybe just like the rest of us, you're breathing heavy under. And that was my January 2020